Fellow Caymanians and residents, this is MP Joey Hew, Deputy Leader of the Opposition. I'm sure that you will all recognize the images being shown. These are, of course, the Georgetown landfill site. You will all recognize it because nothing has changed here apart from the continuation of the remedial capping, which was started by the last progressive-led government. Yet, the view of the dump could and should have been very different today. If the Premier and the PACT government had rolled their sleeves up and done the necessary work to get the Project ReGen waste contract signed on time, we would see significant building works underway, not just the landfill site. If the progressives' timeline had been followed, then today the new state-of-the-art waste-to-energy plant that will be built under the ReGen contract would have been well underway by now. And we would have been looking forward to the opening of the plant next year. But instead of that, the picture remains the same, and with that comes continued environmental risk from landfilling and fire risk. At the end of September, yet another deadline set by the Premier for the financial close of the contract was missed. This has been the pattern throughout the Premier's 2.5 years in office. He tells the country that the contract negotiations are progressing well. Then he sets another new deadline for a few weeks or months. And lo and behold, that deadline passes without the contract close being achieved. A year ago in October 2022, the Premier told us that the end of negotiations were so close and that a financial close would be achieved the following month. It was not. He told us there was a new agreed long stop date of January 2023. The contract was not closed by then either. And since then, this saga of dithering and delay by the Premier has been allowed to continue. The latest long stop date to conclude the contract is the end of November 2023. I urge the Premier to pull out all the stops to ensure that finally his latest deadline is achieved. We cannot continue to rely on an unsustainable landfill. We need the modern waste facility for composting, recycling, and energy recovery that ReGen will provide. We are already more than 2 years behind schedule, and Cayman cannot wait any longer. Mr. Premier, get that contract signed.